guys, Joe here with Fence Pro Solutions, and today I'm going over elements of a landing page. So a landing page is basically the page that people land on when they get to your website. So when you're advertising, if someone's typing in they want a vinyl fence installation, when they click on that ad, they should show up on your vinyl page. If they're searching for aluminum fence installation, they should be showing up on their aluminum page. You don't want to send them to a different page. It's kind of like if you go on Amazon and you're looking up, golf balls, and they send you to the page with tennis balls. How often are you going to use Amazon if they keep on showing you the stuff you don't want to see? So that's why you want to do that. So what also ends up happening, because you're showing them the information they want to see, then they're more likely to take action. Because with Google, what ends up happening is when every time they click on your ad, you're paying $3, $4, $5, $6. But if they don't take any action, then you basically just threw that money in the street. Before we kind of optimized everything and have everything working the way it should, before I could have been paying $50 for every time someone called or emailed, because this is a highly competitive market where I am. So we're paying more than the average person for every time someone clicks on an ad. But since we fixed it, we're closer to like 16 and 17 bucks. And as each year goes on, I keep on getting better and better. And basically the results I get, I end up copying that over to, your system as well, or for your company if you end up hiring me. So I'm going to just show you the elements of a good landing page. This is the one we're testing now. It's actually working very well. At this point, basically for every 3 to 4 people that come to the site, they're actually calling or emailing. So it's been working pretty well. So what you see here is this main section is, some people call it the hero section. So this is basically tell people basically why they should end up using you over someone else. The line we're trying right now is a fence contractor you'll enjoy working with. So what we're hearing most of the time, it doesn't just pertain to fencing, but it's for anything in general. Contractors, they don't answer the phone, they don't show up, they don't do what they say they're going to do. So this is what we've been trying, and it's working pretty well. I'm going to let this go for another 2 to 3 weeks. We'll try different headlines, see what works best, and then we'll keep what works best and kind of get rid of what, the loser. After you have this, what you want to have is immediately a way for them to call and to email or contact form, whatever, because they, this might resonate with someone and they're like, yeah, I want to actually enjoy working with a fence company. So they'll, do whatever they need to here. The next thing we have is we give the person the price on the phone or via email before we go out to the property. The reason for that is because with my advertising, I'm usually the first person they're calling when they're searching for a fence company. It's just because I show up literally everywhere. So because of that, we're getting a lot of new, first-time buyers, and then people that haven't bought a fence for 10, 15, 20 years, so they just don't know how much a fence costs. So instead of driving to all these properties, giving them a price, and then them realizing they can't afford a fence, you give them the price immediately. A gentleman that I was speaking to before, he assumed that we were a lower price. We're actually one of the highest priced in the area. But this is what you need to do. This will save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, save you gas, literally everything. So this is what you should do. Again, when we have this, we want to have a way for them to get in touch with us. The other thing that we notice that works better is when you put, instead of call us or call Deptford Fence or call whoever, you want to have the people they're talking to, because at the end of the day, people buy from people. They do not buy from businesses. Okay? All right, so the next part, what you have is you want to have basically a few more reasons why they should be calling you. So up here we put why South Jersey chooses Deptford Fence. We did put this for a few reasons. This is our South Jersey landing page, and then also this helps with SEO with these titles. So SEO is basically directions to Google, so that way you should be showing up in their free section, basically. There's more involved to that, but that's the shortest way possible I can tell you. This helps with, so you don't have to pay, obviously you're still going to do your ads, but this will help you show up in the free section so you're paying less, but still getting more results. So the first one, we have no broken promises, again, because that's very common. We do lifetime warranties because that's, important to people, and also never buy a fence. And then personal service. Obviously people are scared to be spending, tons of money, and, they're going to have questions. Again, a lot of these guys are first-time home buyers, fence buyers, or they haven't bought a fence in 20 years. So they don't know about the new vinyl, not that it's new, but you know what I mean. So the next thing is you want to have testimonials. And we use a program, it's called Gather Up. I enjoy it. What this does is it allows you to ask for reviews. So if you're not good at asking for reviews, from years ago, you can actually upload your entire customer file and basically send them emails. And if they don't respond to the email, it'll send them a second email. And a lot of you guys might be worried about getting bad reviews. So what this will actually do is the first question is like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you be to recommend Deptford Fence? Based on that, if they pick anything other than 10, it's not going to ask them to put this review on Google. It'll basically go into your system. Now, if it does give them a 10, then it'll ask them to copy over the review into Google. They literally just hit one button, and life is easy. It comes up, and the nice part is we have it all here. And even though I have 108 reviews, what this shows is you can set whatever you want to do. So in my case, I only have Google and Facebook. I don't have the regular reviews that people just put to my website. The only downside with this whole thing is, and you also see it down here in the bottom left, that'll scroll with you. The only downside is usually when we ask for the review, they only put the review for the website where I really want it for Google. So we're trying to figure out a workaround for that. And actually there is a workaround, but I'm waiting to see what happens, is when people put in a 10-star review or 10 out of 10, then what'll happen is if they don't put the review on Google, they will get a reminder. You can set it for 4 hours a day, 2 days, whatever, and I'll send them an email asking them again to put the review on Google. It seems like you're going to be torturing them, but people really honestly don't mind. And reviews are kind of like the lifeblood between reviews and Google. They're the lifeblood of your fence company as far as with getting calls and emails and jobs. If you don't have calls, then obviously you're not booking jobs. If you have shitty reviews, you're not booking jobs. If you only have 10 reviews and then you got my company coming in with 108, one is, who are they going to use more than likely? Probably me. And then the only way they're going to end up using you is if you charge less. So because we have 108 reviews, we are able to charge more than most other companies and still book just as many jobs, if not more, because of the reviews. And then the last thing is this contact form, because a lot of people, they don't want to talk to someone. They want to get through email first. They might be doing this on their lunch break or whatever. The nice part that we have set up with this thing is that when they, so before I do that, so what you want to do is you really want to have something that asks when they're looking to have this fence installed. And, you give them basically a few options like ASAP, 2 to 3 months, next spring. I'll change this to the fall when, we get to the, it's springtime. I'm obviously not going to put next spring. And then the last thing is you always want to have something that puts in that more or less, you want to find out who the tire kickers are right away. So the people that are just curious about how much a fence would cost, typically this is people that are coming over from like Facebook. And you want to have this done so that way you can know who to go after. The other thing, what we do is as soon as they submit this automatically goes into a spreadsheet that shows all the customers' information, and then we can sort it by when they're looking to get a fence. So the people that want it ASAP, we will contact them a little bit more often. The people that want it 2 to 3 months will kind of hold off. And next spring, same thing. We might contact them in a few months. Obviously we send them everything they want first. The other thing we do is as soon as they sign up for this, they get put into an email system. So what ends up happening is they'll get automatic emails every day to 3 days, depending on how soon they're looking to install. And these emails aren't like, please buy from us, we're so great, we do this, we do that. People don't want to hear that. So what we do is the first email that is a thank you email that says, thank you for even considering us. There's a lot of choices out there. We're honored. The deal. The next email a few days later would be, a checklist for a fence installation. What needs to get done before you have a fence installed? Do you have an association? Do you need a permit? Are you on a corner lot? That kind of stuff. Super helpful email. The next one might be for vinyl fences, like what to know about vinyl fences. The next email might be about the difference between cedar and pressure treated. The next one might be about the people you'll be dealing with in the office. Basically, it's just super helpful information that they constantly are getting hit with. And what ends up happening is when they're ready to buy a fence, well, they already kind of have a relationship with you, even though they're automatic emails. So they're more likely to go with you. And again, they're more likely to spend more money with you. That's the biggest goal that I have for every year is seeing how we can make more per job, because, we do about 250 jobs. If I can raise my prices by just $200 or even just say $100, that because it's 250 jobs times $100 is $25,000 in pure profit. Now, if I didn't do that, I would have to book like an extra 15, 20 jobs. Would you rather do, an extra 15, 20 jobs, or would you just rather charge more? It's obvious, like you'd rather just charge more. So everything we do is basically to be able to charge a customer a premium, but in response, we charge them we give them a premium experience. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I would try to make some of these changes. At least you have to give them tons of ways for people to contact you. And you also, you want to change this so that way you have, you want the colors to stand out. You want to do oranges, you want to do red, stuff like that. They have to stick out. If they don't stick out, then they're not going to use them. I see that a lot where that blends into the background. It looks cool, but you can't see it. We're not trying to camouflage. We're trying to get these people to call, to emails, to do something. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day, great winter season. It's mid-November here, and have a great year. All right, thanks.